G'day Spurs fans, Paul Hotspur Hippie here, the only psychedelic soccer show in the internet. You spot me having a little break here. This is Canada Bay, all rich people's boats there. What else we got round here? That bridge over there, it's called the Gladesville Bridge. I didn't do a stream this morning because when I got up, I had a look at the Uberometer and it was glowing red. So I've been making some hay this morning because I'm working to get that laptop. Speaking of laptops, I'll just digress. I've got two bits of interesting things I found recently, and then I'll get onto the comments. Probably go for about an hour. Hang on, let's make me a bit bigger. Fill up that thing. Hang on. Layout. Done. There we go. It's a bit better. Oh, look at that. Nice trees as well. I know you might be watching this on big TVs. I'll try and not shake my phone around too much. But I had the perfect position before. Hang on. Sort of, yeah, that's it. Oh, that's super uncomfortable. Never mind. Yeah, the two bits of news, let's do that. So I saw an article the other day where Ange Postecoglou, currently manager of Tottenham Hotspur, the greatest team in the world, football team in the world has ever seen, and did originally have talks with Huddersfield Town. Huddersfield Town, the league something team, while he was at Yokohama. So how things could have turned out differently. But luckily for us, Celtic had the gumption to get him in there, and the rest is history. Well, there's more history to come, I'm sure of that. And the other thing I saw was a headline, Daniel Levy. I didn't read the article. Talk about no research, eh? I saw the headline. It was Daniel Levy. Daniel Levy is determined to sell Eric Dyer in January, which is lovely. I can't give you any more info than that because I haven't done my work. Gosh, shocking, isn't it? Super chats and memberships are available. Speaking of laptops, though, it's so hard trying to find out what I need and what I want to, because you talk to geeks and they think you need deep blue to, add 2 and 2. But if it was communism here, and I'm not a communist, I don't like any isms or ists. At least the benefit of that is there'd be just one sort of laptop instead of 50,000 that you've got to pick from. I don't know what I'm doing. Even though I was in IT for 25 years, I still don't know what I'm doing. But moves are afoot, maybe with that. I'm going to look at a second-hand one sometime. But I don't know if it's strong enough. Anyway, hope you're all doing well there. Maybe if I put the camera on my knee, I could stop it shaking around. Sorry about all this, folks. There we go. Is that a bit better? Just me with the sky. Probably won't be able to read the comments now, will I? Okay, let's have a look. Who's in the house? Oh, look at this. The sirens. Your sirens up and at 'em. Morning, Paul. And see, my lens has got a bit. There we go. Professional. Morning. I hope my audio is on, by the way. Morning, Paul and hippies. Love how you keep us all on our toes, mate. Yes, that's it, man. That's it. Got to expect the unexpected when Hotspur Hippie stream is going to happen. Peace and love, man. In Ange we trust, and come on, you Spurs. Yeah, well, as you well know by now, you're sorry, and I'm an unreliable man. If I started scheduling stuff, I wouldn't stick to the schedule anyway. And everyone, so I just hit stream when I feel like it. I'm having a bit of a break. Been driving quite a few hours this morning. Here we go. Nice to see you, man. Future music. G'day, dude. Hey, Paul. Hope all is well, mate. Can you hear you loud and clear? Thank you. Hey, that's always a plus, isn't it? We got a couple of people in here. Audio's on, says Yasarian. I'll hang around a little bit. Here we go. Here's Mark in. Hello, Mark. How are you, my good man? I'm like the opposite of Sean Butler doing, because he always holds his, when he's doing his videos, he always holds them up like that, so he looks like a tiny little person. Whereas I hold it down here, so I look like a big giant. And I think Sean's taller than me as well. So, Mark, how are you, my good man? I'm good, man. I'm in work. Was watching Alistair Gold, but turned on to you. Wow, Alistair won't be going anywhere. That's a fun 2.5 hours you've got in front of you. I usually put it on like 1.5 speed if I'm watching Alistair. I do like him. I think he's good. He's a cool guy. but I just ain't got time. I haven't got time to listen to it all, unfortunately. Trying to get comfortable with this camera here. I did bring my selfie stick down, but then I realised if I put the camera out there, I wouldn't be able to reach the phone. I'm being I'm being invaded. I'm being invaded. There's people swarming around me. What's going on? This is a quiet spot. Oh my lord. Right? About 50 people walk past. Oh, there's more. Oh well, they're going to think I'm a nutter, but that's okay because I am. International break's still going, of course. How are you all dealing with it? I'm bored as hell. At least there's only now 7 days. 7 days until we get some football action. So it's all bearable. What else has been happening? Oh, geez. I don't know if I'll last half an hour. There's a few people in. We'll see if we get any comments, any questions or anything like that. Just let me know. But I'll get onto the laptop. So I'm because the laptop I'm using at home. I know this is boring now, but there's no comments or anything, so I'll have to just talk off the top of my head for a bit. Um, the laptop I'm using at home, while the picture's blurry, is because the laptop's 13 years old, and I've put a base Linux operating system and everything just to get as much juice out of it as I can, and it's just not cutting it. But I had a look on Gumtree, and there's a laptop. It is 6 years old, but it's cheap, and it might do what I want. So, because if I go down the path of buying a new laptop, it's just I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'd rather spend a little bit of money and potentially waste it. Is how I think potentially waste it and spending a lot of money and being satisfied. Ronnie, hello, man. Boring international break, eh? It's I think that's the last one for quite a while though. Now it's just football fever, football fever through to at least March, I think, because we've got they always have a few extra fixtures around Christmas and Boxing Day, um, and then we've got the FA Cup. Hopefully, we'll make some waves in that. We'll see what we're up to. Might have some new signings, some new personnel. That'd be all right. Ronnie, can't wait for Sunday, Paul. Yeah, coming you Spurs. It's Monday, yeah, Monday morning here, Ronnie. The game's on, which is all right, I suppose. For me, at least, you know, I get to work on the weekend. I haven't got an excuse to take any days off at the moment because I'm saving up. I'm saving up money. I'm saving up for the laptop, and I'm also saving up just so I can have a few days off for my road trip to Tottenham, New South Wales. So I'm going to do a fair bit of filming on that. I'll put there's a few things on the way, sites and whatever. It's not going to be all Tottenham related, but I'll wear my Spurs top so it looks Tottenham related. But it might be interesting to some people. Be interesting to me, so that's why I'm doing it. But I'll probably be heading out of Sydney around about the 6th or 7th of December, spending a couple of days in the Blue Mountains before I head off with my mate, Mountain Bushman, and back uh, back with I don't know the dates. I'm trying to give you information here. It's not worth it, is it? Because I'm rubbish at that. I used to be a project manager. Can you look at this? Guys, like a different lifetime. Gantt charts and future music. Naughty City and Chelsea. Cheats reminds me of the story of Icarus. Well, yes. Although I mean, Icarus did it himself, though, didn't he? I suppose. um, it's not like someone came in from Russia and gave Icarus 5 billion quid. So they go on, fly, boy, fly. Icarus did it himself, didn't he? But I was thinking this. I was thinking this morning because I joke now and then saying, "Oh, Tottenham are the rightful 2017 Premier League champions." But I better stop saying that because I don't want Manchester City to get stripped of their title from last year as a plane goes past. Because that would be awful, wouldn't it? Well, I see some of the teams that are relegated that they're all there's all legal stuff and suing Everton and the Premier League and all this because Everton were naughty. I don't know, man. It's a tough one. I kind of think you punish the cheat and then that's it, really. So there's been a couple of times in Australia where in the rugby league championship because there's a salary cap system in play here, and I think it might have been Melbourne Storm. They won the premiership. They were champions, but they breached the salary cap, so they were just stripped off the title. It wasn't then awarded to anyone else. A bit like Lance Armstrong in the Tour de France, where he was stripped of what I don't know, quite a lot of Tour de France. Was it 6 or 9 or something? But they didn't give it to the second. Well, they couldn't give it to the second place cyclist in the Tour de France because they were all juiced up as well. You'd have to go right down, you know, find out who 200th in line at the throne is to get a legitimate winner of the Tour de France in those years. So I think punish them, and that should be the end of it. And I know that that doesn't sound maybe fair on the likes of Leeds or whatever, but I mean, what do you do? What do you do? It's I don't know. Are they suing Everton or are they suing the Premier League? Because if they're suing the Premier League, well, the Premier League did what it did. Unless they're saying they could have done it sooner, I don't understand. I don't know what the grounds for a lawsuit would be. God, I got a lot of juice out of that comment. Thanks, Future Music. Oh, it's just so hard to read. Yasarium. Is this the first live stream in front of a tree? I think it might be. I've done one in a park before, but trees were scant. Glad you didn't react to people in public spaces like some of those social media folks recording themselves in gyms like they own the joint. Oh yeah, humanity's all weird these days, isn't it? Everyone's walking down the street talking to themselves. Hang on, let me just. I'll just wolf down a healthy McDonald's and own a Coke. More people. It was deserted here earlier. I thought, oh, this is a good spot. There's no one here. It's all quiet. And I suppose rich people have got to do something during the day, haven't they? They've got to walk about, or they'll seize up. They won't have the energy to tell all the plebs what to do all the time. So, good on them. Keep on walking. Oh, it's Kev Knight. Hello, Kev. Oh, I've got some comments in. Thanks, folks. Hi, Paul. Nice to catch you out and about. Were those people passing you, Chelsea and City fans, out looking for a new future home in the Division 2? Yeah, that's what we'll always call it, Division 2. Loads of people. What's going on? Yeah, that's where they belong. That's where they always belong. Hang on, I might as well go full hobo mode. I'm on a park bench. I might as well sort of lie on it a bit. There we go. People might give me some money as they walk past. Oh, I'll just look a bit like tired. Yes, there's stuff on that. They're probably there's going to be a pilgrimage of these Johnny Come Lately fans, isn't they? Aren't there? Oh, there's going to be all they're going to be all distraught that their club that they've been following for the last 2 months is in Division 2. They'll probably be applying to other clubs. Can we support you? Not Tottenham Hotspur. No, sirree. No, no, no. You made your bed. You fickle fan. You lie in it. Ronnie would love to win an FA Cup this year. Oh, wouldn't that be great? I was 11 years old when we last won it. Yeah, I was 18, man. 18. I had a luscious blonde hair. Yeah, 18. Barely a man. Not really a man at all at that age, I don't think. Long time between drinks, but it's not It's not our longest break, is it? Yeah, it is, isn't it? 1921 to 1951, wasn't it? Yeah, 1901, 1921, 1951. Yeah, it is our longest. Oh well, records are there to be broken, eh, Ronnie? Let's hope we can do it this year. Oh, here we go, Captain Grandma, member of the Hotspur Hippie commune. Good day, Paul. I saw Spurs ladies play today. Okay, only another draw, but the same football that Ange plays. It's good to watch. Yeah, my interest has been a bit more peaked in women's football since the World Cup. Because I mean, I don't want to sound like a cranky old sexist, ugh, but the game's very different, and it never really grabbed me. But the World Cup, the Women's World Cup, was pretty good actually, and really good football. So, and also because Spurs women are doing a bit better this year. Last year it wasn't a very good season for them, was it? So, yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested. Are they playing at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium now? Or are they still playing in some field in the middle of nowhere? Because they should be playing in the stadium. Don't feed the seagulls. Posh people don't like it when you feed the seagulls. Jamie Git, big up Paul, big up Jamie. Can you explain how to be a hippie? Oh my lord! What are the requirements? What? I don't think there's any rules, man. I think that's the point. Are you born that way, or can a suit, not that I'm sure I am one, become a hippie? Oh look, I used to be a suit myself. Well, I suppose the question is, were you always a hippie, or it takes a while to shake off the suit. In all seriousness, I left the corporate world quite a while ago, and basically scraping by since then. But the longer you're out of it, the more satisfying it is, and the more weird I think it is to be a suit. It's weird, like so. It's a society norm. Everyone seems to do it, but when you're not in it and you've been outside it for a while, you just think it's really weird that people do that. It's just mass hallucination or something. No, you just there's no rules, man. That's the thing. No rules. Yeah, it's don't let anyone tell you what you can and can't do, and don't tell anyone else what they can and can't do, and then just live and let live, and it makes life easy, I think. Future music, Levy, stick to the path. Hang on. Stick to the path, which is slightly longer, cleaner route, and you won't get shit on your shoes. Yeah, well, I don't know. It's sort of looking a bit that way, isn't it? It's I don't know. I don't know if it was by design or moral or sticking to the rules, but we've kind of asked it, haven't we? Maybe. And hopefully we'll see if what other clubs could be up for it. Well, Newcastle have got to be careful, haven't they, with their shiny new owners? Not too many others, though, was there? I think Arsenal are fairly legit, aren't they? Unfortunately. Um, Manchester United, don't worry about them. They've gone. Old Trafford is falling down. There's paint chipping everywhere. It's going rusty. The fans are getting wet when it rains. On those rare occasions where it rains in Manchester, they're all getting wet. Must be miserable, hey? If you've been a fan of a club that's been the biggest and the best, and then you're not the I suppose Tottenham a bit, didn't it? Because we were best in the '60s, early '60s. So there's a few more mature fans out there that have experienced it, but not quite to the extent of Manchester United. At least we're still up there. They're not. Yeah, sorry, and those passerbys might call the men in the white coats if you're not careful. Bring it on, bring it on. I could do with a bit of free free accommodation and food. That'll be all right. I'll have it. I'll have it. Will McDonald, morning, Paul. Morning, man. It's midday. I have no clue. It's night here in Florida. It's yeah, it is midday here. Night here in Florida. Was it you were at Miami or somewhere like that? Did you hear Elon Musk's rocket blow up from afar yesterday in Texas? Mission success. love the jargon they use for the explosion. What was it? An unscheduled rapid disassembly. It just blew up because it don't work. To the moon and Mars and beyond, hurrah! Mick Dundee, morning, Paul, mate. Coming you Spurs, morning, Mick. Hope you're doing well. Kev, no, on a serious note. Okay, serious. We're going to get serious for Kev here. Somber. Don't hit the microphone, Paul. On a serious note, Paul, regarding the football cheats, nobody benefits from the fallout, especially the fans of the clubs concerned. In short, everyone's a loser, unfortunately. Well, as long as it's them, I don't care. Putting my silly hat back on. Oh no, it is. Look, it is rough on the fans, isn't it? It really is, because they've had no control over it. You know, that's what happens when you pass football over to, you know, the powers that be. The powers that be. You know, there's a risk that it can all go horribly wrong. So it is rough on those fans, for sure it is. But as a Spurs fan, I'll take it, unfortunately. Donovan Oscar, good day, Paul. Just threw some pork on the barbie. I hope. What are you gonna have with it? You're gonna. Is it like, are you gonna do it American style where they just cake it all in 2 buckets of sauce, or are you gonna have it Australian style where you just have nothing but the meat? That's it. Meat's good on its own. Don't need a American barbecues where they just gunk. Just tastes of the gunk. Sorry, it wouldn't work for every match due to the different clubs in each league. But we'd love to see curtain raisers to the first team games with the youth and or women's team in the main stadium. Yeah, didn't they do something like that a while ago? But that would be great, wouldn't it? That would be great. I think I've seen maybe a youth side play at White Hart Lane. I'm pretty sure I did. I mean, this is like, 30 years ago or something like that. But yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. Although I suppose maybe if you did the women's team before the men, that's kind of playing second fiddle. Who's loud bugger up here? I'm not sitting under that lamppost. You should see when pelicans sit on the top of lampposts and have a dump. It's like 2 gallons of raw fish falling out of their ass. You don't want that. Yeah, it's an idea though, Yasarian, isn't it? um, yeah, I like people seem to be getting right into the youth thing at the moment because we're doing well. United Spurs of America. G'day, Jacob. How you going, man? How you going? How did you go in the Football Content Awards? Did you win anything? Because I know you've been telling everyone, you better vote for me, vote for me. So I hope you got something there, Jacob. Let me just get rid of a bit of that white background. Caption Grandma. Jacob just did a stream to select the team of the season so far. I was being a mountain bushman or something, and he watched that. And I was saying it'd be pointless me being on that because I wouldn't give an inch. It'd be all Tottenham players, and that's it. I can't discuss it. That's it. With a Gooner and a City fan, it was funny as he allowed Super Chats to vote out Plumstead players and vote in Spurs players. Good on you, Jacob. Yeah, you can't. It's no compromise. There is no compromise. No yielding. No nothing. Tribalism. It's all harmless tribalism. I love it. Donovan Osterreicher. Just some light free. Oh, light breading and some kale salad, mate. I hope Chelsea and City get relegated. I mean, especially Chelsea. Well, I don't really have a huge problem with Manchester City. Well, I do a bit, I suppose, but not with their fans, but Chelsea fans. Chelsea fans are they're special, aren't they? I'll get bloody comfortably right. Here we go. Let's try that. Exposure with the sky. Ah, well, that's life, eh? That's life. And you see all the Chelsea fans will be all up in arms, won't they? Just like when Abramovich was forced to sell. It's all, oh no, he didn't do anything wrong. It's a conspiracy, and you can catch COVID from 5G networks. That's what Chelsea fans are like. Shocking. Oh, I'm just getting cut for you. A couple of posh people walk past, hard at work, keeping Australia going. Edward White of Oz, the international break is lasting an eternity. I know, man. I'm now watching Women's Super League. Oh, I didn't. Okay, I get it now. Well, that would have. Ah, flipping Nick. I didn't think of that. I could have been watching at least someone in a Spurs shirt, couldn't I? Ah, oh well. I'll remember for next year or whenever it is. Wilton McDonald. I wonder how these people feel now about Levy out, seeing that our club is not in the Everton, Chelsea, and Man City conundrum. I don't know. Like, you know, I mean, I suppose I'm a little bit Levy out myself, really. Um, but things can always come good, can't they? Things can always change. And it looks. Sorry about this, folks. Things can always change. People can, you know, read the room a little bit, and he seems to be doing that. Um, and I'm sure, like, if we win some silverware, I think they'll be fine. You know, I don't think they want us not to win anything. So yeah, whatever happens, you know, we don't know what the future lies. It could turn out that, you know, maybe the Joe Lewis thing is a tip of an iceberg, and we're up to our nuts in it as well. Um, or it might all turn out rosy. And whatever it is, we're all Spurs fans. There's no there's no rights and wrongs in it. Hopefully, there's no "I told you so's" going around the place, because, you know, like I say, you don't know what happens in the future. And I get where they're coming from as well. I've been frustrated with Tottenham owners since Irving Scholar. In fact, if I was a bit older, I probably remember the Wales and the Richardsons when they didn't invest in the team in the mid 70s. But Irving Scholar was the start of the rot for me. He really started turning Spurs into a business more than a football club. But he's also a terrible businessman. Nearly drove us under. And then we had Alan Sugar, who was abysmal, absolutely abysmal. When I have Steve Perman on, might ask him about it, because he's not impressed with Alan Sugar. Maybe not that, because that's a bit of a downer, isn't it? I know he had a tough old time with Alan Sugar. Right, we'll talk about. So, Steve, what's it like to lift the FA Cup every year? Kev Knight. Oh, this is so hard to read. After watching you the other night, the England game versus Malta kicked off. With nothing better to do, I watched it. Oh my God. It was like watching Spurs under Conte. Absolute crap. Was it really? So it's like really pragmatic, horrible football, is it? I haven't watched it. I only really watch. This is this park bench. This is. I'll tell you what. It's designed to keep homeless people away, because you just can't. You can't, like, you know. There's everything's at a slightly wrong angle, so you can't lean on it. Ugh, maybe that's a bit better. You can't sort of get comfy. So yeah, I didn't really watch internationals when there's a big tournament on. I don't count that UEFA Nations League as a big tournament, but the World Cup or the Euros. So, but it doesn't surprise me. And why would you do that when you're playing Malta? Why wouldn't you? I mean, England are pretty much. Well, I think England have qualified now. So who are they playing next? Is it North Macedonia? Um, if they do the same old rubbish against them, I mean, what? That's just not good, is it? It's terrible for the players. You know, it doesn't build confidence. I mean, I don't know what Malta's like as a football team, but 2-0 sounds a bit weak, doesn't it? When you've got France beating Gibraltar, uh, was it 14-0, and Australia beating Bangladesh 7-0, and apparently Graham Arnold wasn't satisfied with that, the Socceroos coach, because we should have scored 10. Australia are actually playing Palestine in the next qualifier, which is going to be interesting. They say they're going to show no mercy. Hopefully they won't, because football's football, isn't it? I think it's going to be played in Dubai, that game. Mark Keller, did you have a good day at the office? Well, I'm halfway through, and yes, I didn't do a stream this morning because when I switched on the Uberometer, it said there's lots of money out there. So I've done a few hours, just taking a break, and I'll do a bit more. But yeah, it was all right actually. All right, everyone was cool. Fares were good. Even got a cash tip, which never happens. It's like wow. Will McDonald, Paul, you remind me of David Bellamy, and I mean that. I mean that in a good way. How can you possibly mean that in a good way? Grab all my great nuts. There we go. I suppose I do look a bit like David Bellamy, do I? Oh God, what have I become then? What have I become? Dear, oh dear. The Pilch, another member of Hotspur Hippie commune. Hello there, man. Paul, what's up? And what's up, hippies? Not a lot. Planes going by. It's a warm day, but it's very overcast and it's very humid today. So everything's a bit sticky and gunky. Donovan Osterreicher, I'm what you call a Levy sympathiser. I just enjoy a well-run business. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. If success, like I say, if success comes, doesn't it? I think a lot of people were getting really frustrated. I was getting so frustrated with the way the club was going last year. You know, there was so much going wrong. Manager after manager that weren't suited to the club. Well, it kind of started with the Poch thing where we didn't give him any players. But actually, I had an Arsenal fan in the car this morning. It's all right. I wasn't dropping him off near a school or anything. Everyone's safe. But at least when Arsenal, all right. Yeah, I know. At least it's not a magpie. It won't ever go at me. Or at least when Arsenal built their stadium, they kept Wenger on, and Wenger stayed there out of loyalty as well. Whereas what we did was turn the taps off and then sack him because things because the results weren't going well. So I don't know. Then we had who's the Seagulls? Is that Brighton? Is it? Bugger off, Brighton. Bugger off. Then the Paratici thing, Paratici, and it just doesn't. I'm not happy about this or the way there's so many corporate suits in the club. Maybe I'm just being an old fossil on that one, but I don't know what they do. They're just all skimming. More rich people, you know, got to get their exercise, got to keep their steps up, haven't they? Wilt McDonald, I remember them. That's why I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. God, what was I talking about? I can't remember, man. It must have been over 30 seconds ago. You're sorry, you might need to get a pair of your advertising partners' sunnies to read the comments al fresco. Well, unfortunately, Isarian, see, I did consider this. You know, I'm not a complete, you know, I do think these things through. And unfortunately, when I put my sunnies on with their polarizing filter, I can't see anything on the phone at all. So I'd say, oh no, my McDonald's Coke has been attacked by ants, killer Australian ants. Get off after a free lunch. They didn't crawl down the straw, did they? No. Killer Australian ants. Oh, they're bloody everywhere. Jamie Gitt. So looking like David Bellamy is one requirement of becoming, well, maybe one requirement's becoming a hippie. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe there's a David Bellamy inside us all, waiting to burst out. Maybe I'll shrink down to the size of that and be surrounded by bad chroma key effects. Okay, well, don't look up no more. You get right in the eye. So I'm at an angle, man. I'm at an angle, and the wind's going that way. So there's not going to be any, half a fish head landing on my head anytime soon. Hotspur, g'day, Leo. How you going, man? I'm itching for football, my man. My homie, yeah, I know. It's crazy, isn't it? Another 7 days to go, man. 7 days. Well, we've come through halfway, haven't we? We've come through seven-ish, haven't we? I don't know. Let's just call it a week each. We've come through that. So, but then when it starts up again, it's just football, 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 football till you shit. That's how much football it's going to be. So I can't wait for that. Can't wait for that. I'll have something to talk about. Kev Knight, Paul, you mentioned earlier you're leaving Sydney on the 6th. Yep, or 7th for a few days. Yep. I hope that's after you've hooked up with Steve. No, Steve. His name's Steve, man. I heard him talk about this. His name's Steve. He doesn't mind it in the song, but his name's Steve. But Stevie P, yeah, that's what we call him, isn't it? And had a good old chinwag with him. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, so it will be the same trip. So I'm leaving Sydney on the 6th. I think the Stevie P thing is happening on the 9th or 10th. If it's the 9th in the UK, it's the 10th here. And if it's something else, then it's something else. But nearer the time, everyone will be, because it's already been scheduled, done. Steve's given me a time and a date, so I won't be varying that. So once we get it like a couple of weeks away, I'll start tweeting and all that crap and putting reminders out so that everyone knows what's going on. I'm really looking forward to it. Pilch, just read that Everton fans are raging at the fact Spurs saved 20 million on the price of Richarlison. I think, what? That's a very delayed rage, isn't it? Oh dear, oh dear. They're still like confused over who shot JR or who killed Dirty Den or something like that. I think Everton's fans have a little bit more to worry about, or maybe they're taking solace. They can't face up to the reality of what's going on at the moment, so they think, oh, let's go on about something that happened 3 years ago or 2 years ago. So, well, we got a real bargain there, getting 20 million off him, didn't we? Yay! Poor old Charlison. All right, what time is it here, folks? It is. I've been going 43 minutes. I'll give it another bit. Take your time, folks. If there's no comments, I can always finish up. I'll see if I can go and have a look at this old laptop, because it is annoying. I'm so close with what I want to do on the streams at home, but the computers letting me down. The sound's great though. I'm really happy with the way it sounds. That's why I'm persevering with the old laptop. I know the video's a bit how you're going, but it's the only way I can get that really good sound, and that's important to me. Might not be important to you, but it's my channel, isn't it? So I want to make it right. What else is there? Any news? Oh, we just finish up there. I'll give it a couple of seconds. Just for those of you who've come later, I'll just show you where I am here. So I'm in an area of Sydney at the moment called Drummoyne, and that's Canada Bay. There's someone fishing over there. You can fish here. The guidelines say you shouldn't eat any fish you catch out of the harbour this side of the harbour bridge. But I did all my research on it, and you've got to eat quite a bit of fish, much more than I can catch anyway. And I'm thinking, well, if you're this side of the harbour, what fish? They're ocean fish. They're saltwater fish. They don't know where the harbour bridge is, do they? They just bugger around. So you catch one on the safe side. It might have been spending 15 years in all the crap, because Sydney Harbour is full of. Well, it's getting better, but You know, when industry was all around, everyone would just throw all their shit into the harbour. So there's a lot of heavy metals and dioxins and things like that in the water. Things that accumulate in fish, and if you eat too much of it, it can cause you problems. But I reckon one fish a year isn't going to hurt me. You're sorry, no news is good news. That's it, man. And Walter McDonald, hope I catch that chat with Mr. Tottenham live. Yeah. I hope people tune in. I don't know if sometimes old players come on and they don't seem to get many views, and I don't understand that. Like I saw Kate did one, just a girl who loves Spurs, did one with Mickey Hazard, and it didn't really get that many views. And I think it's bloody Mickey Hazard. Why wouldn't you want to watch Mickey Hazard? He's hilarious and brilliant and a proper Tottenham guy. So I don't know. I know the video when I knew Steve Perryman was coming on. Not many views. I don't understand. I mean, that's the YouTube algorithm doing that more than anything, because it tells you how many people it's been served up to and how many people watched it roughly. It just didn't seem to do anything. So yeah, I get us a few views, you know. Mark Cavill, just been watching Bill Bailey, Australia Adventure on Channel 4. Yeah, Bill Bailey can be quite funny sometimes. I like Black Books anyway. That was a brilliant show. Very funny. Kev Knight, Everton can have Richarlison back, and I'd be happy for Tottenham to give them 20 million to take him. He might be League Division 2's highest scorer. That'd be quite something. A bit of a scalp for the Football League. I don't know who sponsors the Football League. It's always going to be something not as big as the Premier League, isn't it? Is it like Morrison's, Lidl, the Lidl Football League? You know, something that's like a bit off-brand. They could have Brazil's striker in their league. What a coup! What a coup! Maybe if Arteta gets a job down there, because he's not happy in the Premier League, he thinks it's terrible. They could have Arteta as well. Although this Arsenal fan I was talking to this morning, because I asked him about Arteta, because I was hoping to piss him off, really, hoping he would get fired up, and he loves him, unfortunately. So that foiled my plan. All right, you know what? I think I might head back into the hippie mobile over there, dog box, and do a bit more work. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for the comments, folks. Thanks for catching me at this weird time. If you're watching it afterwards, hello there. Oh, we've got another couple of comments coming in. Hang on. I will just do this one. Jamie, do you think Richarlison will be around as long as Dyer? Not a chance. Not a chance. I don't know what. Maybe you know what? That I read a headline. Levy's determined to sell Dyer. I reckon he's found Dyer's secret drawer full of photos of Daniel. So he hasn't got a hold on him anymore. He's a free man, is Daniel, and it's time for Dyer to go. But no, I'd be very surprised if Richarlison's around as long as that. Any player as long as that, actually. All right, folks. If you've been liking and subscribing, thanks for all that. If you're watching later, I hope you've enjoyed it. Bit of a different stream, this one. Peace and love to you too, Yossarian. So until next time, folks, which I don't know when that is because I'm unreliable. Let's get the video ready. This is what you've been watching. And I'll see you next time, Spurs fans. Peace and love, man, and come on, you Spurs.